Hey everybody, looks like a fantastic day for a swim and some gardening and some barbecuing. But let's not forget that we need to drink some beer as well. Hold on. It's good. Anyway, right here you'll notice I started some, well, you won't notice because you can't see them right now, but I started some tomato seeds. Not like I don't have enough tomatoes, but my wife and I bought some of these little 100 Sweet Sensation tomatoes. They're a grape-sized tomato, and they were so good, we thought, what if we save the seeds and grow them ourselves? How will they taste? So we're gonna give it a go. I don't know where the heck I'm gonna plant them at, but I'll find somewhere. Man, it's a gorgeous day. Look at this. Bright sunshine. It's been, it was 94 yesterday, supposed to get to 96 today. Now that's great for swimming and great for barbecuing and great for drinking beer, but as you know, that's not that great when it comes to preserving young plants. So, we're a little nervous about that. Oh, by the way, you probably noticed I did fix my my pool pump, and actually it was under warranty, so I got a brand new one, and that makes me very happy. Texas russet potatoes are doing just fine. Today actually is day 76, I believe. Yeah, day 76. So between 2 and 4 weeks from now, we'll be harvesting those suckers. I'm gonna let them go as long as possible until the plants die off, and then wait about a week or two afterwards to harvest. The 93-day red potatoes wasn't bad, but it wasn't exactly breathtaking. I've got a corn series going on, and if you've been watching my channel, you've seen the video on that. The 2 mystery tomato plants are starting to come in and do pretty well. And like I said, I planted some Yukon Gold potatoes, just 531. So it hasn't even been that long. And if you get a little zoom in here, they've already got a little sproutage. So that's pretty cool. That's the only thing that sprouted so far. I planted four in there. Looks like it'll be time to harvest some grape tomatoes here today, which is good. We love the taste of those grape tomatoes. And let's take a look here. Let me set this beer down real quick, out of the way. Not much action on the mini bell peppers and the mini peppers. I'm thinking that these guys are, I don't know if they're green, yellow, or red, because they're in that mixed bag, and none of them had even began to turn color. So maybe these are all green. I'm gonna give them another week, and if I don't notice any color change, I'm gonna go ahead and just harvest them as they are. This one back here has already started to put out a couple of more, as you can see. Let me see if I can get a better shot of this. Yeah, we got a couple of baby ones on there, and not much action on the other ones. Man, I don't know if this is gonna change color either, this bell pepper. I think it's, now remember, it's a mini bell pepper. So these are mini peppers, that's a mini bell pepper. I think it's pretty much ready to harvest. But again, it could be any color. So I'm gonna wait another week on that, and then I'm taking it. All of the other fruit have fallen except for the one right here. So I think it's just so much strain on the plant. That's a big pepper for such a small plant. The purple jalapenos are doing just fantastic as well. You know, I've been waiting for these suckers to turn a little reddish purple, and they haven't. So I don't know, man. I harvested some earlier and they just weren't that great as far as heat at all. Flavor was fine, but I'm not a big fan of zero heat. And they're jalapenos. They should have some heat. So I'm hoping that leaving these as long as possible will produce heat. They are starting to crack a little bit, which is good. Jalapenos do look like that. But I don't know when they're ready, so I'm gonna wait another week on them, and if nothing happens, I'll chop 1 or 2 off and try to eat it, and if it tastes good, I'll take them all off, and if it doesn't taste good yet, we'll wait a little longer. Chives are still hanging in there, the garlic chives, as well as the rosemary, thyme, and oregano, and those suckers, man, they've been taking over. I've been harvesting them non-stop. The mystery tomato, so it's looking like it might be a beefsteak. These are some pretty big tomatoes for just being barely put out a week ago. So this one might be 2 weeks, but they're pretty big and fat. And the stem on this sucker is a lot thicker than my more mature, older ones. I know those are grape tomatoes and they don't require as much nutrients because they're smaller, but still, that's twice as thick. Tomatoes look big. Really curious to see what that mystery tomato was, or is. On the grapes, we don't have any harvestable tomatoes today. Now, you didn't see it, but I did a harvest the other day. I had to. Birds are going crazy in my backyard. I've tried a lot of things, and we'll get to those in a second, but the birds are going crazy back here, guys. Unless I'm standing out here and policing it and patrolling it every 30 minutes, they just have figured out that they absolutely love the tomatoes, and they're gonna get them at all costs. So, but anyway, I harvested 16 of the grapes and 13 of the red on the vines just a couple of days ago, just to prevent as much loss as possible. I'm gonna go over to what I've done. I've been trying lots of techniques. I've got the red Christmas bulbs on here. I have come out and noticed a bird pecking at these, so I know that they at least are saving some time. I don't know if the birds are figuring out, but I also noticed that if there's an open tomato, like this one right here, that's the first ones they go for. And there's another one that they've pretty much demolished back there. But I leave those on the vine because they go to those first until they're gone. I've raised my scarecrow. He's not working out. I think they look at his face and they go, hey, that's not a human. And I think they pretty much figured out that he doesn't do much. So raising him up at least prevents them from landing on him. It makes them land elsewhere and stare at him a little bit. My wife and I are gonna probably put together a scarecrow here in the next week, a real one. And I'm gonna put one over here, and I might even put one somewhere back here. We're gonna make them look like humans, and sometime in the next couple of weeks. I've now lost 12 tomatoes out of the, I guess, 70 I've harvested. So the 10% is starting to creep up to 20%. Anyway, we do have quite a bit of tomatoes that we still can harvest. And let me get back here behind my quote-unquote scarecrow. So we do have some tomatoes to harvest today, and I will be doing that. Not for the video, though. That's my sweet sugar snap peas and my Bush Lake green beans. I've got a series going on those. Man, this heat out here is really... I've got to stay on top of the watering on these, and it seems like the sun, they get really tired, as you can see, in the middle of the day, or at least when it's full sun, but then they perk up at night. These were outside only for a couple days now, 3 days now, maybe 2 days now. So they're not really, they weren't hardened off. And I did that on purpose because we've had a lot of cloud cover, and it's been forecasted for cloud cover. So I figured instead of hardening them off and taking another couple of weeks that I just don't have a lot of time of, let's just put them out here, and maybe they'll struggle in the beginning, but they should come back just fine. Onto the Fresno peppers. You can see here, guys, that these Fresno peppers, maybe you can see, are starting to get some color to them. Looks like we're probably a week away, 2 weeks away from being fully red. And I left that one back there, and you can see that plant that was pretty much bald and dying. Looks like he's coming back. Serrano peppers looking good. No coloration to them yet, but you know, and I noticed this plant's small and it just produces small peppers, but I don't mind Serranos being small. Once they're red, they're so great it doesn't matter. The red Savina, still no buds yet, but well, I had the one that I ate, but nothing going on. It does have lots of flowering, so hopefully the flowering turns into some pepper soon. Now on the orange Scotch bonnet, guys, these guys have really taken off. I mean, there's buds pretty much everywhere I look. So I'm really excited about seeing, let's see if I can go this way here. Yeah, down here. We got a bigger one down there. We got some up here. So, and I think if I pull this side, as opposed to the side, you can see all of them in there. And again, that's just certain spots. I mean, they're literally everywhere. And we even got a couple back here, as you can see. So they're all over this thing. We're gonna have a lot of orange Scotch bonnets soon. You know, these Joala fingers, once the full sun started, they really struggled. We've got some mature ones, but they're dropping leaves, turning yellow. Matter of fact, some of these leaves I could just barely pull off, or easily pull off. And I think it's because they produce way too much peppers. And I may just need to cut down most of these peppers and just let it focus on foliage, because they do this every time they get too many peppers, they weaken again. But I love the taste of them, so I'm gonna harvest these two as well. And I think anything that's not full size, I'm just gonna cut off, chop up and put into maybe a soup or a salad, and just leave the biggest ones on there so those can harden up, but just to give the plants a little break. My New Mexico Big Jim peppers are just fantastic. I absolutely love these dang peppers. I've got one that's getting close to maturity. I've got a couple on this plant right here, and we've got some blossoms. I think I counted 5 peppers the other day. I wish this whole bed was, well, except for maybe over here, I wish this whole bed was New Mexico Big Jims. We finally got some cloud cover. Jesus, it's been hot. Anyway, Tasmanian Habaneros, we've got 3 of them right here, looking good. I'm sorry, 4 of them. So I've already harvested one, ate it. It's really good, good heat, good flavor, not too crazy. And we've got 4 more. And even the plant behind it's starting to get some peppers on it. Still no chocolate habs. I just, all it does is drop all of the flowers once it flowers. They're all a little bit weak, but it just won't hold a pepper. And let me just do this live, guys, see if I can see any fruiting. Nope. Dang it. So, still no fruiting on the chocolate hab. Looks like it'll be another week or 2 before I can get any satisfaction off that. And then finally, guys, I harvested 100 basil leaves yesterday, and you wouldn't even notice. They're just very prolific. So it looks like I'll have basil everything. I need to find a way to have a cold basil soup. Anyway, I can't zoom out right now. My hands are hot, and there we go. And I'll give you a look at how sweaty I am just for a little bit out here. Guys, it is amazingly hot. Anyway, that's my backyard garden update. I think that's number 20. So thanks for joining me, and like, subscribe, and make any comments that you'd like. Thank you.